You may download for free all our meditations, simply clicking the link below the video. This is a Christmas contemplation. So find a comfortable position to listen to this story. It's actually not a Christmas story, but it just might inspire you to take a moment to reflect on this holiday season. Relax and contemplate. A time comes in your life when you finally get it. All the little pieces of the puzzle fall into place. Enough fighting and crying or struggling to hold on, and you begin to look at the world through new eyes. This is the moment, the wisdom you have waited for. This is your awakening. You realize that much of the way you view yourself and the world around you is a result of all the messages and opinions that have been ingrained into your mind. You begin to sift through all that you have been fed about, how you should behave, how you should look, and how much you should weigh, what you should wear, and where you should shop, and what you should drive, how and where you should live, and what you should do for a living, who you should marry, and what you should expect of a marriage, the importance of having and raising children, or what you owe your parents. You learn to open up to the new worlds and different points of view, and you begin reassessing and redefining who you are and what you really stand for. You learn the difference between wanting and needing, and you begin to discard all those doctrines and values you have outgrown or should never have bought into to begin with. And in the process, you learn to go with your intuition. You learn that it is truly in giving that we receive, but that abundantly receiving is the most difficult thing to learn, and that there is power and glory in creating and contributing. And you stop maneuvering through life merely as a consumer, looking for your next fix. You learn that principles such as honesty and integrity are not outdated ideals, but the mortar that holds together the foundation upon which you must build a life. You learn that you don't know everything, and it's not your job to save the world, and that you can't teach a pig to sing. You learn to distinguish between guilt and responsibility, and the importance of setting boundaries and learning to say no. You learn that the only cross to bear is the one you choose to carry, and that martyrs get burned at the stake. Then you learn about love. Romantic love and the familiar love, how to love, how much to give in love, and when to stop giving and when to walk away. You learn not to project your needs or your feelings onto a relationship. You learn that you will not be more beautiful, more intelligent, more lovable, or more important because of the man or woman on your arm or that child that bears your name. You learn to look at relationships as they really are and not as you would have them to be. You stop trying to control people, situations, and outcomes. And you realize that it's time to stop hoping and waiting for something to change, or for happiness, safety, and security to come galloping over the next horizon. You come to terms with the fact that he is not Prince Charming and you are not Cinderella. And you realize in the real world there aren't always fairy tales ending, or beginnings for that matter, and that any guarantee of happily ever after must begin with you. And in the process, a sense of serenity is born of acceptance. You awaken to the fact that you're not always acting perfect, that not everyone will always love, appreciate, or approve of who or what you are, and that's okay. Everybody is entitled to their own views and opinions. And you learn the importance of loving and championing yourself. And in the process, a sense of newfound confidence is born of self-approval. You stop complaining and blaming other people for the things they did to you or didn't do for you. And you learn that the only thing you can really count on is the unexpected. You learn that people don't always say what they mean or mean what they say, and that not everyone will always be there for you, and that it's not always about you. So you learn to understand on your own and to take care of yourself, and in the process, a sense of safety and security is born of self-reliance. You stop judging and pointing fingers, and you begin to accept people as they are, and to overlook their shortcomings and human frailties, and in the process, a sense of peace and contentment is born of forgiveness. Something that anything worth achieving is worth working for, and that wishing for something to happen is different from working toward making it happen. More importantly, you learn that in order to achieve success, you need direction, discipline, and perseverance. You also learn that no one can do it all alone, and that it's okay to risk asking for help. You learn that the only thing you must truly fear is the great robber baron of all time, fear itself. You learn to step right into and through your fears, because you know that whatever happens, you can handle it. And to give it to fear is to give away the right to live life on your terms. And you learn to fight for your life and not to squander it living under a cloud of impending doom. You learn that life is not always fair. You don't always get what you think you deserve. And that sometimes bad things happen to unsuspecting good people. On these occasions, you learn not to personalize things. You learn that God isn't punishing you or failing you to answer your prayers. It's just life happening. And you learn to deal with evil in its most primal state, the ego. You learn negative feelings such as anger, envy, and resentment must be understood and redirected, or they will suffocate the life out of you and poison the universe that surrounds you. You learn to admit when you are wrong and to build bridges instead of walls. You learn that just as people grow and change, so it is with love. And you learn that you don't have the right to demand love on your terms, just to make you happy. And you learn that alone does not mean lonely. And you look in the mirror and come to terms with the fact that you will never be size 5 or a perfect 10. And you stop trying to compete with the image inside your head and agonizing over how you stack up. You also stop working so hard and putting your feelings aside, smoothing things over and ignoring your needs. You learn that feelings of entitlement are perfectly okay, and that it is your right to want things and to ask for the things that you want, and that sometimes it's necessary to make demands. You come to the realization that you have deserved to be treated with love, kindness, sensitivity, and respect. And you won't settle for less, and you allow only the hands of a lover who cherishes you to glorify you with his or her touch, and in the process you internalize the meaning of self-respect. And you learn that your body really is your temple, and you begin to care for it and treat it with respect. You begin eating a balanced diet, drinking more water, and taking more time to exercise. You learn that fatigue diminished the spirit and can create doubts and fear. So you take more time to rest, and just as food fuels the body, laughter fuels your soul. So you take more time to laugh and to play. You learn that for the most part, in life you get what you believe you deserve, and that most of life truly is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You learn to be thankful and to take comfort in many of the simple things we take for granted. Things that millions of people on the earth can only dream about. A full refrigerator, clean running water, a soft warm bed, a long hot shower. And slowly you begin to take responsibility for yourself by yourself. And you make yourself a promise to never betray yourself and to never settle for less than your heart desire. And you hang a wind chime outside your window so you can listen to the wind. And you make it a point to keep smiling, keep trusting, and to stay open to every wonderful possibility. And finally, with courage in your heart and with spirit by your side, you take a stand. You take a deep breath and you begin to design the life that you want to live as best as you can. Take another breath and have a wonderful festive time.